All right, well, I suppose we can go on and get started here. Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to the last weather briefing of the semester and the last week of classes here on the University Park campus. I'm pleased to welcome AccuWeather meteorologist and recent Penn State alum, Nicole LoBiondo, here for our final weather briefing of the semester. And Nicole, without further ado, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that intro. I'm going to get my PowerPoint ready here to share with you guys. Just give me one moment. Oh my. Sorry, technical glitches here.
No worries.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it because I have a dual monitor set up here at home, and I kind of need the other screen to use. So I'm just gonna leave the PowerPoint like this. Can you guys see this PowerPoint?
Yes, looks fine.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. All right. So it was kind of difficult for me to put together this weather briefing because it's going to be pretty quiet here across the Northeast, and it's going to get warmer. I'm definitely a cold weather lover and snow lover, so it was kind of difficult for me to put together this because we are expecting potential record highs come tomorrow and into Wednesday. So without further ado, we'll get started here. Just kind of taking a look at State College weather. Climatologically for today, we have an average high of around 64 with a forecasted high of around 59. So still hovering, just below normal for this time of year locally, with an average low of around 43 degrees for April 26th here. And our forecasted low tonight of 40 is around normal too. Overall cooler day, but just about average. And then looking a week ahead from today, we can expect average highs around 66. And then even a month from today, we're getting into like the end of May and average high of 72. So it's definitely going to warm up here as we get out of this last week of April and into May, which is crazy to think that it's already almost May. Some past records for today. Back in 1990, we saw a high of 89 degrees, and in 1919, we saw a low of 25. So total snowfall for this month was actually a trace. Normally, we see about 1.4 inches of snowfall here at University Park in the month of April. So we do have a snow deficit for this month so far, and I don't think we're going to get to normal after this week. So, but in May of 2020, State College actually received a trace of snow both on May 8th and May 9th. So there is still hope for those snow lovers out there that potentially May could bring some flurries. So probably not on the accumulating side, but still. So here's kind of like a snapshot of what the Northeast can expect for today. We have an exiting cold front that could bring some showers and potentially rain and snow showers to portions of northern Maine, but otherwise mainly dry across most of the region, turning mild as we head back farther west across Chicago and the Ohio Valley, but overall cool and breezy across the Commonwealth today. Looking at some hyperlinks here. Let me just open these up real quick. Looking at current radar, pretty quiet locally here. As we saw that snapshot for today, there's still some lingering precipitation up in northern Maine and also some snow and rain and snow falling across the Great Lakes here, northern Michigan and northern Wisconsin, as a frontal system goes through that region. I didn't take a close look at the surface temperatures across Michigan, but I imagine that most of these snow showers that are happening probably aren't accumulating, especially on roads. So probably just your grassy surfaces kind of situation. But not expecting any snow farther east today in Pennsylvania. But Looking at the current temperatures across the Commonwealth, we can take a look at that too. All right, so looking at the surface observations here, sitting at around 41 locally here, and as we go farther north, we could see temperatures are still hovering in the mid to upper 30s. So still some cold air hanging on as this region continues to have a northwest flow across it post-frontal. We can see as we head farther west, where there is precipitation falling across Michigan, the wind direction really does change instead of being from the northwest, but from being from the southeast, and then even from the east across portions of Michigan. And then looking at the temperatures here, the surface temperatures, we can see that, not a lot of them are freezing, or if they are, they're in really far northern and interior portions of Michigan. So like I said, that snowfall that we see on radar probably isn't accumulating much just based off the surface temperatures. And I've been looking at here at AccuWeather, I do a lot of graphic production, and I was curious to see, because I did mention about a snow drought, and I wanted to see like what kind of drought conditions in general were across the Northeast, and because we did just get some rain on Saturday night locally here, and much of the Northeast got some rain this past weekend. But even with that rain, I wanted to see like how far above or below average we are for monthly rainfall in general across the Northeast. But just looking at the drought monitor here, we can see that there are abnormally dry conditions across much of New England and even northwestern Pennsylvania. And as we move back into the Great Lakes region, that is also the case as well. So that precipitation that's falling across the Great Lakes currently is very beneficial for any kind of farming or any kind of soil moisture. So, and then of course, looking at satellite, we can open that up too. I'm just going to go to visible. So pretty much a picturesque day across Pennsylvania, not really a cloud in sight besides, at the New York PA border there. But otherwise, after this front's moved through, really some subsidence has decreased the cloud cover and has brought us really sunny skies and will allow for the, the surface to heat up gradually as we head in to tomorrow and Wednesday as high pressure builds in. Just to take a look at, like I was talking about earlier, it has been abnormally dry across much of the Great Lakes region and into the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. This graphic kind of shows the percentage of normal to date rainfall in the percentage category. So Pittsburgh has only seen about half of their monthly, or what it should be at this time of the month, rainfall compared or over the period from April 1st until now. And same goes for a lot of these locations like Syracuse, New York, Richmond, Columbus, and Chicago, sitting here at only about 23% of their normal precipitation or rainfall to date. So definitely any rain that could come to the region would be very beneficial just looking at these numbers. So I'm going to kind of go through the forecast here in the Northeast just to highlight the heat that we are expecting. And then I'm also going to touch on potential severe weather that's going to be popping up in the Southern Plains and also some flooding that could happen along the warm front across portions as far east as the Ohio Valley. So I'm going to open up my... So kind of taking a look at the jet dynamics here, we're going to head up to around 200 to 300 millibars. We can see that there's troughing in the west and a pretty strong ridge in the east as we head into tomorrow at around, I do believe this map is at 18Z. So that would promote some warmer than average temperatures across portions of the Midwest and also into the Northeast once Tuesday arrives. And then as that trough begins to push east in the west, and then we have the ridge then pushing east as well in the east. So that would mean for even warmer temperatures potentially farther east in areas of PA, maybe even Virginia, as we head into Wednesday there. And then also looking at, this is the vorticity at 500 millibars, we could see a decent upper level low spinning around in the desert Southwest there, bringing some very beneficial rain to those portions of, or to that portion of the United States. But there's also some interesting in the exit region of the trough. There's a pretty decent there's pretty decent max here, Vort max. So that'll be kind of one of the lifting mechanisms for potential severe on Tuesday afternoon. And then as we see the ridge really building here in the east by Wednesday, and that upper level low trying to eject from the Four Corners as we head into midweek. Oh, I think I just got rid of something by accident. Okay, yeah, I just got rid of the 500 millibar height anomalies. That's important. So looking at the height anomalies across the nation, really see those low values around that upper level low in the west, but those anomalies really building in the east as we have that ridging taking place, and even more so on Wednesday. And then kind of looking a little bit farther into late week, conditions really do change across the western United States as a ridge really builds across the area and could bring record challenging high temperatures late week across areas of California and even Oregon and Washington. So that's just something to note, just a stark contrast to what they've been having, which is cooler than average temperatures. And then as we're looking here at the 700 millibar level, we see the moisture really leaving the Northeast. And as that other front that we were looking at that has current snow, rain falling across Michigan, some of that moisture will move east by tomorrow at the 700 millibar level or the mid levels. But I think with dry air in place today, I don't think it will amount to anything at the surface, to be honest. Just maybe some enhanced cloud cover potentially across regions where maybe the moisture content's higher, along those mid levels. And then as we head to Wednesday, we can see that there's definitely a belt of moisture from Iowa all the way up to upstate New York there. And that's due to not only the system that seems to be eroding that could bring, like I said, the maybe enhanced mid-level cloud cover to New York or northeastern Pennsylvania tomorrow, but also there's a warm front that'll occur or happen across the south or the southern plains, as we said that there could be severe weather across there too. So and then looking at the 850 millibar level here, we can see the 850s are rising across the Northeast and into Pennsylvania Tuesday into Wednesday. So that will again promote those warmer than average temperatures. And then also, just for good measure, the 925 millibar height here, pretty dry at the low levels, like I had mentioned earlier. tomorrow. And then as we move into Wednesday, it looks like they moisten up a little bit at the low levels across Pennsylvania, but still largely dry. So what does that all mean really at the surface? Well, high pressure will definitely dominate tomorrow in the Northeast, as we can see here with the big, blue H over the eastern lakes. But then as that warm front continues to manifest in the southern plains and into just north of the Ohio Valley, we can see some scattered showers popping up by Wednesday. But Pennsylvania looking mainly clear, maybe a potential spotty shower moving in by Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. But then things really get ramped up by Thursday, and we can see precipitation moving into the Commonwealth. So which will be very beneficial, as we saw from those previous graphics that I had shown, that rain is good. Rain is a good thing right now across most of these areas in the Northeast. So going back to the PowerPoint here, I just have a few graphics I wanted to go through. Like I said, we have a major warm up that is expected through Wednesday. And a lot of these areas where it's going to be warmer had seen, some snowfall last week around the Great Lakes region, and even back into like the Midwest, and also into the Northeast across like the Adirondacks and stuff. So temperatures will be 25 to 35 degrees higher than they were last week. So quite a stark contrast or dramatic change for most. So definitely those warm weather lovers will be jumping for joy, more or less, as that jet stream lifts north and allows that warmth to expand east. And then here's a snapshot for Tuesday. Still some of those T-storms potentially, mainly in the late afternoon, I would say, across Michigan and Wisconsin there, but then rain and some showers as well, as that front kind of hangs around there that we were looking at through the layers of the atmosphere. And then kind of just to take a look at the warmth and like where it's going to be going. Tuesday, some record warmth obviously expected. We have forecast highs in the low to mid 80s across much of the Ohio Valley and into Illinois, and as far north as Michigan. And that warmth doesn't stop there, it goes east. So by Wednesday, the mid-Atlantic can get a taste of this warmth with highs in the lower 80s as far west as Columbus, but then 90 in Richmond, Virginia. So and the upper 90s around the Chesapeake Bay. So going to be quite a toasty day. I do believe that the mixing as well will be very efficient across these regions. So areas could see mixing up to, say, past 850 millibars. So, and as we looked at those 850 millibar temps, it's going to be pretty warm. I mean, not, there's not going to be those dark oranges that as we can see over Mexico, but it's going to be above average warmth. So those temperatures can definitely have a chance to mix down to the surface Tuesday and into Wednesday across a lot of these regions that I had pointed out in these graphics here. So just an overall forecast for locally here. It's going to be cooler than normal today across central PA with largely dry conditions because we're in the post-frontal stage here with a high of around 59 degrees, winds from the northwest, 6 to 12 miles per hour, with temperatures about 5 degrees below normal for late April here. Tomorrow will be much warmer with a high expected in the mid to upper 70s. And there'll definitely be a lot of sunshine with high pressure prevailing and also dry conditions. So definitely a good day out. Good day to say go mow your lawn, take a hike, be outside in general. I will note, if you're going to plan on dipping your toes in any local creeks or reservoirs or anything like that, they're going to be still pretty chilly. So don't be tempted to go swimming, I guess. But I'm sure we all know not to go swimming in late April in central Pennsylvania. So so as we head into Wednesday, and as that warm front extends into the mid-Atlantic, we could expect a thunderstorm late in the afternoon, but still conditions will be very warm with highs even higher than tomorrow, with in the low 80s expected on Wednesday. So, but the hot streak won't last too long, as highs are expected to gradually get cooler by the end of the week, or as the end of the week approaches, and also into the weekend. There is a chance for a shower or thunderstorm on Thursday, and then cooler on Friday, with again a shower possible. Highs are in the low 60s by Friday, so about 20 degrees cooler as we head into the end of the week. And then I kind of just wanted to briefly touch, I know these briefings like to be centered around like Pennsylvania and central PA, but I did want to kind of dive into the severe setup that's going to happen across the southern plains Tuesday afternoon to Tuesday night. This is the area that we're highlighting at AccuWeather, that we could see for the highest risk of isolated tornadoes, potentially large hail, definitely flash flooding, and of course damaging wind gusts as well, associated with any strong thunderstorm or supercell. I know we kind of went through the dynamics already, but I kind of wanted to focus more on the east when I was talking about them earlier, but now I'll kind of focus on the southern plains. We definitely have here at the jet level a pretty strong exit region of and jet streak to really allow for enhanced thunderstorms to occur here in the exit region of the trough. And then we also had seen this upper level low spinning across the southwest, and really and this is the vorticity height, and winds as well are on this map, but we can definitely see a strong just, it's kind of classic. It's like, okay, there's a trough, and then you kind of expect any kind of severe weather or thunderstorms to pop up at around, here in any kind of trough situation. So, and with how deep this trough is, and with how strong it is, you can definitely see how there is a severe weather threat across the southern plains. Taking a look at the 700 millibar level here, there is some moisture, looks like, and I might as well add that all these maps are 0Z for tomorrow. Well, I guess 0Z the next day, but anyway, they're for Tuesday evening. So looks like there is some mid-level moisture and a strong southerly wind that's coming from the Gulf of Mexico, and that'll be very crucial when I move in to our next slides here. As we can see, the low-level jet's really going to get ramped up across a lot of portions of northern Texas and across that area that I had shown highlighted in red, and then warm conditions as well. So there's definitely fuel for the fire across much of the southern plains. And then we also see here at the 925 millibar level that the moisture transport from the Gulf of Mexico northward is really substantial. And there's also going to be a dry line that'll set up as well. We can see this really low level dry air across western Texas. So wherever that dry line really sets up in the morning on Tuesday, tomorrow, will definitely be an indicator of where we're expecting, a lot of severe weather to occur, like right along that front, due to the separation of these air masses. And speaking of the dry line, this is kind of what WPC is highlighting, of like where the position of it will be come Tuesday morning. So any of these areas along this dry line should really be on alert once the afternoon and evenings ramp up, when thunderstorms are expected to become severe. And then just taking a look at the mean sea level pressure maps here. This is 0Z, so in, like I said, Tuesday evening, around these areas, we could see, I know these are global models and not, convective enabling models, but I will add that even the deterministic models and global models are hinting at, pop-ups here, precipitation by Tuesday evening. And then as we head into, the night hours, really that line shows up almost exactly where that dry line is across Texas. So like I said, definitely something to watch out for. And we see this warm front kind of building across north of where severe weather is expected. And then as we head into 0Z on Wednesday, we see again some pretty substantial QPF 6-hour amounts here across Texas. So definitely flooding, like I said, is a major thing that we are concerned for. And also along the warm front as well, as you kind of see, it doesn't really change too much. It seems like it's going to be as in like the position of the warm front. So training storms, flooding, all that kind of jazz is going to be definitely likely along that front. So just north of us though, or I should say west too. So we don't have to worry about any flooding or anything like that tomorrow and into Wednesday, but portions of Missouri and Iowa and even northern Illinois could see potential flash flooding and stuff like that. So I think that is about it for me here. If anybody has any questions or comments, I would be happy to answer them. And thanks again for having me on these briefings. I know when I was in college, I always was super intimidated by these because I never thought that I could ever do them. So, but here I am. So if you feel that way too, you can definitely do it. So thank you again.
All right. Thank you very much, Nicole. And thank you for not feeling too intimidated to do one this semester.
Yeah.
If anyone has any comments or queries or anything like that, the chat is, of course, available. Make sure to direct it to all panelists and attendees so that everybody can see what you have to say. I will say, Nicole, I am 100% with you on wanting more snow.
Thank God.
What you said there at the beginning, I was like, yeah, I could go for some more snow. I know that sentiment is felt by probably no one else on this call, but
yeah, yes, that is very true. I know I get digged on all the time at my work about loving snow, and people are like, oh, it's gonna warm up this week, must suck. And I'm like, yeah, it does. But I still hold hope.
Well, I'm from North Carolina, and in my part of the state, we typically average between 5 and 8 inches in a season, and I'm just like, that's not enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, we did have about an average winter here, which is crazy to think because it seems like there was so much more snow that fell, but it was actually just normal, which I could definitely get used to. So.
Well, I think that was aided in no small part by the fact that we had 2 12-inch plus storms this season, early in the season, which set us off on the right foot for getting close to certainly better than we managed last year.
Yes, absolutely.
Or last season, I should say.
Yeah, I agree.
The flurries we had the other day marked the latest that I had ever seen snow in person. All right. I am not seeing any questions in chat, just lots of thank yous. I guess you did all right.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Well, that brings us to the end of this semester's Ken Reeves Memorial Weather Briefings. I want to thank all of you for attending not only this week or this month, but this entire semester and continuing to support these endeavors that Campus Weather Service and the Meteorology Department here at Penn State have been undertaking the last several years. As always, this weather briefing will be posted online at youtube.com/campusweatherservice, and I look forward to all of you joining us next semester where we will have another round of weather briefings at some point or another. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the week in classes. Good luck on finals and have a very safe summer.